Steven pulled it out of bounds right at me. I tried to grab the disc and I actually turned my phone off. So I'm starting a new video. I'm not really sure what just happened. Dark turned it over. They've been pretty consistent about turning it over in this scrimmage. From here we can see the whole stack. Ross is setting it very well at the one. It's a little deep across the whole stack, but no, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good stack. So Matthew makes the undercut. Garrett made the undercut to the other side. We had a cut deep from Joey. And a turnover. Here is Dark's chance to score. Vincent runs to the disc, picks it up, and tries to find the open throw. Nothing open right now. He tries to look like he didn't even look. He just kind of turned around and put it to Joseph, and that was an easy D for Matthew, who's playing good tight defense. Vincent just need to pay attention and look around before you throw anything without really looking. Throw goes up, Ross goes up. Matthew and Garrett have great cuts deep, wide open, both of them. Great job. They had a lot of faith in Ross to come down with it. So as soon as Ross had it, they were already taking off deep. And that's what we talked about in the last video a lot, is we weren't swarming. We weren't getting down on the deeps once that deep throw goes up. You can either do one of two things. You can help Ross try to get that disc. If it sails over him, you could be there for the rebound, or you could be thinking, okay, Ross is going to catch this and just take off deep. And that's exactly what Garrett did. That's exactly what Matthew did. They've had several scores on that play alone tonight, so well played on that one. Whites are winning by a lot. I don't think they're having fun right now because they're winning so hard against the Dark. It's tough. Dark really needs to just pick it up, put a goal in, put themselves back in this, and play some ultimate. That's all. Pulls up. White just scored. Steven pulls it. J Sauce gets a disc. Throws it to Simon.
In.
Have a cut deep from Christian. He comes under. He comes way under. He's going to cut from the one to the fourth side, which we talked a lot about not doing anymore. So we need to, again, just be very mindful about that cutting from the one to the fourth side. Even though he didn't have a 5 coming into that area, the big thing about not doing that is if 5's already got his guy beat under and 1 doesn't ever look and just runs into that area, he's going to take away a 20-30 yard gain, or even possibly a huck look deep, because he's going to be jumping right in front of the handler looking downfield. So that's why we don't want to cut from the one from there.
You're all inside, Pranav. Everything's inside.
Q makes a great cut. J Sauce just decides he wants to throw it away. Good punt. Good punt. Let's see how the strategy of punting and playing D works out for Dark. White has consistently been able to score on Dark, so I'm not sure I agree with that punting call, but Alex close on the upline D. Can't quite get it. Good cut by Adrian. Garrett looks break. Steven's wide open on the undercut. Alex says, I'm not going to give Adrian this upline again. He shuts it off completely. What just happened was Steven had it on the sideline. Tyler was at the one. Tyler dropped all the way back, and as soon as he got it, he launched it to that break side. What happened was a drop. Otherwise, that execution was very well played by Tyler and Steven to get off that sideline. Sarin made the cut well also, so that was a good job by him. Now where's our deep? Saw how it moved up that sideline. Now we have a deep taking off. We've got 2 guys running next to each other. One guy jumps off. Q did the right thing, I would say, in that he saw that Neil had position on it. Sarin made a really good play on that, but Q was ready. If Neil had caught that, Q was already in the end zone. He was going to make a very easy goal. So it was a good play by Q overall. Even better defense by Sarin. Alex is playing crazy right now. Adrian beat him up line, and Alex said, "No, you're not allowed to do that on me," and won't let him touch the disc again. Turnover happened in the end zone. Q tried to pick it up real fast and feed it to Alex. Alex was covered. Not really sure what Q saw there. Or, excuse me. I'm not sure what Christian saw there. So real fast, the turnover happened. I'm not really sure who had picked it up. They started moving it as soon as the turnover happened, and then Tyler took off deep for the easy goal. Caught his defender off guard as soon as that turn happened. I think a lot of the confusion was Alex was still yelling at Christian for turning it over 1 yard outside of their own goal. So that was rough. All right, so we're back to the action. White has been scoring all the points. Dark has not scored anything. Right now, there's not really any wind. We've had some pretty decent pulls, actually. This one looks like it's going to come right in on the sideline. It was a good pull by Ross. We just need to get on it, make sure that we have a defense set up. Donovan has a good cut under. Resets the disc. Simon's making a great cut under. Now we need a deep. Simon saw what happened, and he took off deep very well. That's what we talked a lot about in our host stack is hitting the undercut. The undercut, hitting it back to a handler that's following the disc, and then having that handler with field of vision downfield, and then making that throw. Garrett, again, just playing great. He was in the middle of the stack. He saw a throw go up. It wasn't meant to be to him, but because he was watching what was going on, he was able to go find the disc and actually catch it and keep the play alive for White. Not that they need it right now because they're up by so much, but a good heads-up play. Garrett just playing possess right now. Gets the D on Vincent. It was really weird. It looked like Vincent had position on him, and then he just stopped, and Garrett just ran through faster than him. And White scores another point. Looked like an ISO play. We talked about that earlier in the day. I'm not sure if it was, but if it was a very good play call by whoever called it. Joey set up in the middle of the field. There were 3 people at the back. Joey had all day to cut. Adam made an inside-out break to Joey, and Joey makes the score. That's the benefit of having an ISO call. You clear out everybody and give your best guy, your best cutter, or the best person on the field at the time a chance to score one-on-one with all of the field open. So well done by White again. Again, White is pulling. I don't think they've let Dark score. That was a great pull by Ross, way in the back of the end zone. Have your defense a chance to set up. That's the value of a good pull. Defense starts with a pull. Joseph gets it. I'm going to say this is probably going to be their first goal. Look at Christian. Hell yeah, Christian. He saw it go, and he took off deep. He saw it go, and he took off deep, and he gets the first goal for Dark. Again, that's something much improved from the last time I did a video, is that we weren't going whenever a deep disc. Nobody was following it. Nobody was helping it. Nobody was looking for the continuation pass after the offense retained possession. So much better, much improved from the last time that we had a scrimmage in that video. All right, so Dark has their first point on the board. Got J Sauce pulling for the UTD men's college team. Steven filters it up top. Ross is super deep, but it works out. I might have moved the video on that, but if I didn't, if you could see that Ross caught the under and he stuck with handlers. He really focused on handlers because Steven ran up and tried to get that disc right away, and Ross was able to get it back to Steven. Steven filtered it out to the break side. Steven filtered it to the break side to where Tyler was. Tyler was able to get the disc right back to Steven. Good job, Steven, on that. Good job, Ross and Tyler. Unfortunate drop. Drops will happen, but overall the play has been much more competitive, much more fluid tonight. Foul called. Alex cut under. Pranav was right on his hip. Good job, Pranav. Foul was called. It went back to J-Saw, so I'm just going to assume that Pranav is contesting that. Good job, Pranav. Simon gets a wide open. J-Sauce looks off. J-Sauce looks off the wide open strike cut and gets hand blocked. Rough.
You got this, baby, go. Back here. Keep going, Simon.
Where's our break? Where's our break?
Oh, nice touch, Simon. Terrible.
Right there, Simon. I think he just watched what Matthew was looking for, and he jumped in the lane and poached, and it was awesome. We did talk a lot about our handler defense at the beginning of the night. So it looks like we are really focusing on stopping those up lines, which is great. That's awesome. Steven gets it. Pranav jumps up. Alex with the D. Overall, that was very good flow, very good momentum. Steven saw that Pranav had the right cut. The disc floated a little bit longer than probably Steven wanted to, and Alex is a very fast defender, so he was able to get there, close some of the gap, and get the D. But the progression was right. It came off the sideline. Steven had it. Pranav made the right cut deep or into the space.
Coach Simon, you broke. Thanks, Steven. Foul called.
So Dark has it. It's in.
No. Six up. You have a dunk. You're hot. Break eye contact. Still 9. Stop. You have Simon.
First off. Hey, I'm going to jump in right here. It's not a stall. You have to say 10. The stall is going to come on the tee of 10. So if you said 10 instead of stall, it would have been a stall. However,
it's our disc. It's still ours. Then here?
Did he retain possession?
Yeah.
Then it's going to come back to him.
Stall 9?
Yeah.
Stall 9, yeah.
Yeah, you're coming on stall 9.
Comes back here, stall 9. On what? On 9?
No, you're coming in saying stalling 8. So stalling 8, 9, 10. Is that correct, Tyler?
I don't know. Ask Travis later.
All right.
Coming in on 9. Stalling 8. 9. That's a roll. Let that shit roll, boy.
And gets rid of the disc.
So I gotta say to stall.
You have to say, no, say 10. Say 10. Say 10.
Okay.
So if you say 9 stall, it's not a stall until you say 10.
We got a huge poach break. Huge poach. Do it in stack. Stack on me.
Back in, Srin, back in.
Clusterfuck around. You see Tyler's trying to set the 1.
Cuts off the back.
No, we need to do. See, Tyler's yelling at everybody. This kid back. He's right. Tyler's completely right. You need to move that stack back. One should be controlling and setting that stack at all times. And if nobody's reacting to it, it is the one's job to move everybody back. If you're in the sack, though, you should be paying attention and seeing where the disc is.
Throw it, Joseph.
Up. All right, Zach, let's go, boys. Great read, Ross. Ross, push it, push it. Hey guys, get that stack going in. On me, on me. Up. Right. Go strike. Someone go break. There we go. Up.
That was a good job by Neil on that, actually. Somebody said no strike. He jumped strike, and then he went back to the backhand. And then White scores on the break side. So good job, White scoring on the break side. I've got to pick on Christian here for just a minute. So I really hope Christian watches this and listens to this. As a new player, if your throws, if you're not working on your throws outside of practice, and then you think that you can just throw them in a game, typically it won't work out for you. This is practice. It's okay to take some shots, but overall, you really need to make sure that your throwing feels that you're comfortable with, that you're completing, 80, 90, 100% of the time, not the ones that are 20%. I'm not even sure that I can say that Christian has a 20% deep throw. Again, not to just pick on Christian, but some players just don't have the throws that they're trying to take. At this point, I would urge you to practice outside, grab a partner, get out there, throw on a field. Think about every throw that you throw, how it can be applied to a game time situation. You'll start to make those throws better overall. So again, not to pick on Christian for anything like that, but all of us veterans and rookies always have something to be working on and
White
learning
team number
on.
1, Tyler Chris, real MVP.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop the video.